Get ready for the smackdown. Get ready for the smackdown. How you gonna react when you're put in your back now? 'Cause there's no turning back when you're facing the smackdown.
Alright, so guys, back again for some more fights, guys. Once again, appreciate everybody. We're saying farewell to Batman from My Fantasy Fights once again. This is fight number 13 from Wheezing 336, and he pits the Dark Knight Batman himself versus Morbius, the living vampire. So we got Batman versus Morbius. Now, if I recall, Batman has dealt with vampires before, but has he dealt with Morbius? Alright, so we move on to Bruce's combatant from the Marvel Universe. I give you none other than Michael Morbius. Well, I think everybody should know the story of Morbius. If you don't, it's okay. But I'm here to kind of give you a little bio into him. Basically, Michael Morbius was a very world-renowned biochemist. If I remember, he was dying from an unknown blood disease, and he was desperately trying to find a cure. And pretty much, he kind of found it in a sense, but it turned out not so good because it was far worse. His disease became more of a curse, and that was the curse of the Night Stalker, the blood-sucking night beast. So he was cursed as the living vampire. Now, Morbius has always been. We've seen him through. We've seen him through Blade. He's gone with Blade. He was a part of with the Midnight Suns for a while. He was being chased by them. But we mainly would see him in Spider-Man. That's where he first appeared, actually. Amazing Spider-Man 101. You guys know me. I know my Spider-Man, so shouldn't even ask me that. But pretty much there, guys. For a while, he was kind of looked at as the, bad guy. But then later on, he started to realize that he can kind of he kind of became like an anti-hero. And he would only kill the bad guys, like suck off the blood of the bad guys. But I guess basically, the curse just got too crazy for him. He needed blood all the time. Now, pretty much like any vampire, he needs blood. Blood is what keeps him alive. And of course, everything around him, as any vampire, increases his abilities, his attributes. His strength, his speed, his senses are very heightened. He can fly. He's got razor sharp claws, if you want to say. He is pretty much what you would expect for a vampire. But he's a vampire of science, not of birth. But he still lives up to basically everything you would think of with a vampire. Of course, like I said, you know, basically, he's sunlight and everything like that. It hurt him and things like that. So moving on to the fight, the battle breakdown. All right, now off the top of my head, I do believe Bruce has dealt with vampires before. Right off the top of my head, I believe. So, but has he dealt with a vampire like Michael Morbius? Very cunning, smart as well. So he's got the power of the vampire as well as his brains to deal with. I would say so. But this is a fight that is gonna push Bruce, because of the fact that Michael is extremely fast, extremely quick, extremely fast, extremely strong. It's not wise for Bruce to get into a fist fight or try to match brawn for brawn with, because Michael will probably just break his arm or something like that. Depending on which Michael Morbius we're talking about. See, I don't know which Michael Morbius we're talking about here, anti-hero or just kind of Michael Morbius now, but I still think Bruce could have the edge in this fight. He would see that, okay, Morbius is a vampire. I know how to deal with vampires. But that's just me. I give this to Bruce in a sense, but he's not leaving unscathed. But you guys decide. Bruce or Morbius? And I hope you guys enjoyed this fight. This fight comes from Wheezing 336. This was his choice. I think everybody's gonna go with Bruce on this one. I'm not sure, but other than that, yeah, I want to address something real quick before I sign off for this fight. Yeah, I am we're putting Bruce to the ringer, but hey, want to go out swinging, right? You want to go out with a bang, so yeah, let's put him through the ringer. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'll move on to the next fight. And like I said, show some love to Wheezing. And the next fight is number 14. Bruce is going up against Domona. I'll see you guys in a little bit.